The mountain road was thin and winding. The scenery felt somewhat gloomy, perhaps due to the shade of the mountain. The trees looked like rows of corpses. The rocks were shaped like yokai. I tried not to think uncomfortable things. Nami breathed softly in the passenger's seat as she slept. She was awake just before, but perhaps fishing had exhausted her. Her sleeping face was beautiful. I snatched a peek at her as I gripped the steering wheel. "Kya! Tara-san! The car!" Nami suddenly screamed. Without realizing it, I almost slammed on the brakes. But there shouldn't have been any cars coming towards us from the opposite direction. Nami? Ah, it was just a dream. Come on now. I pretended to poke her. Then I thought Nami was cute when she did things like that. "Those flowers are out here too, huh?" Nami said, watching the scenery pass by. Yellow flowers in bloom lined both sides of the road. "Ah, those. They're called Otogirisou." Otogirisou? It's written as grass that cuts the younger brother. That's kind of a creepy name. There's a story behind it. I want to hear it. I thought I'd give Nami a bit of a scare. If you shine a light through the oval-shaped leaves, you'll be able to see little black spots. Those are the hatred-filled blood of the younger brother. The younger brother's blood? Long ago, in the Heian period, there were two brothers who were falconers. A secret medicine to heal falcons was passed down in the family for generations. But then, their secret became known to the public. All because the younger brother had told his lover. And the righteously angry older brother. I could see Nami gulp. Cut his brother's neck with his sword. Slit. Nami shrank back a little. The spray of his blood landed on the leaves. Ever since then, the flower has been called Otogirisou. Did that really? Rain started to fall, and the surrounding Otogirisou flowers seemed to all nod at once. What a sad story. To kill a sibling. Faint tears formed in her eyes. I'd made Nami, a single child, feel sentimental. I thought that perhaps I went a little too far. Suddenly, Nami looked around. "Hey, Tara-san, did you take a wrong turn?" She was right. Something had felt off for a little while now. Worried, I told her, "No, we're not lost at all," hoping to convince myself at the same time. Uah! I suddenly turned the steering wheel. We somehow avoided the oncoming car, but the car continued at full speed down the hill. How strange. The brakes didn't work. The car picked up speed. "Tara-san, The brakes! I'm trying. It's no good. Do something! Large trees stood to the left of us, a river to the right. It's okay. I pulled the parking brake. It's okay. I pulled the parking brake. Nothing happened. I'm not gonna die like this, I screamed, slamming on the brakes, but it was no good. Nami covered her face. I unconsciously closed my eyes, but something continued to scream in my dreams. Tara-san? Eh? When I opened my eyes, the car had stopped. Nami looked down at me, her face red. Did I scream something embarrassing right at the end? Like, I love you or something? I laughed to hide my embarrassment. Are you okay, Nami? Are you okay, Nami? Yeah. I got out of the car. I could see a small light past the thick grass. It might be a house. In there? It was true. It was a strange place for a house to be in. Ah. Eh? It looked like the light moved. Quit it. It's probably just a window. But it just flung across to the side. We tried to see through the forest. Nami covered her ears and dropped to the ground. I held my breath and watched the large tree until it fell. The large cedar split in two, and black smoke rose from the burn. Our car sat crushed beneath it. What the hell just happened? It's totally wrecked. Well, at least we're okay. So we should get going then. We can't stand around here forever. We grabbed the bags with our change of clothes, some torches, and started walking towards the light that might have been a house. Hey, what if it isn't a house? Nami trembled violently, perhaps due to the shock of the lightning. I grabbed Nami's hand to calm her down. I grabbed Nami's hand to calm her down. Yeah, let go! She treated me like a pervert. Hey, Nami? Ah, sorry. Your face looked like a shriveled up mummy. Eh? A mummy? Yeah! Nami clung to me. The rain is getting worse. Let's hurry. Ah! Nami and I screamed at the same time. All of the flowers surrounding us were Otogirisou. Otogirisou. Ah. It was like they were guiding us to the light, like road signs. I said, Nami, let's just go check it out. Nami, let's just go check it out. Okay. We continued walking. Suddenly, Nami stopped. Nami silently pointed ahead. It was an old Western-style mansion. Aside from the light in the window, the entire mansion looked bluish thanks to the strange light highlighting its features. That mansion... Nami gulped. It's like it's shining all by itself. Yeah, looks like it. I broke out in goosebumps across my spine. Tara-san, do you still want to go? Hearing that, I plucked up the courage to keep going. It's like a test of our courage. Let's go. Tara-san, your voice is trembling. I'm just trying out my vibrato. We don't have to go, you know. Let's turn back. That was what I wanted to do. But I didn't want her to think I was an unreliable man. I'm gonna run. Be quiet and follow me. My voice trembled again. I ran. I arrived at the gate first, Nami about 5 meters behind me like a sero. Let's go inside. Then I went straight in, not wanting to scare Nami any further. I reached out for the heavy-looking doors of the gate, drenched in rain and well-polished, and they opened easily, without resistance. Excuse us, we're coming in. Bowing our heads politely, the two of us stepped through the gate and into the mansion. A wide garden filled with yellow flowers bloomed wildly. They're all Otogirisou. An ominous feeling washed over me. Ah! A cat. It's just a cat. Oh, it scared me. It's a black cat. The black cat turned to face us. Its entire body seemed to glow green. No, it's a green cat? The green cat quickly disappeared into the mass of Otogirisou. Tara-san? I quickly answered. Our eyes are just tired. I took Nami's hand and started walking. Hang on. Nami stopped a few meters from the front door. Behind that tree. Someone's there. Where? I shone the torch. It lit up the tree's shadow like long arms of light. There's nobody there. I casually shifted the light upwards. Yeah! A brown, misshapen head hung from the branches. It was covered in wrinkles. Rough, light brown skin cut across the face in stripes. What the? I laughed. What? Look, it's a wasp's nest. The poisonous type. If they attack, there's a good chance you might die. No way, let's get out of here. The nest shook. All of a sudden, a mass of wasps came flying out. Yeah! Run, Nami! All we could do was run towards the mansion. Grabbing Nami's hand, I ran like mad. I banged on the front door. Help! Open up! As I did, the door opened. We tumbled inside, like being sucked in. At the same time, the door closed behind us with a heavy thud. I stood up and went to check it. Just what kind of mechanism was it? The entrance led to a wide hall. Is anyone home? We called out loudly several times. Our voices echoed back to us. But the lights are on. Maybe they forgot to turn them off when they went out. There was a large glass box in the middle. It was full of dirty water. It was a giant fish tank. The attached moss wiggled creepily, but the water was still. There was a large mantel clock, and also a large leather sofa. I feel like I've seen this room somewhere before. Nami got up and proceeded ahead of me. A suit of armor stood by the fireplace. It shone a dull silver. I approached to touch it when Nami, looking at the fish tank, screamed, "The water!" The stagnant water swelled, turning into waves, and something that wasn't moss or mud peeked out. Ugh! Hey, what did we just see now? I wonder. I approached the glass, curious. In the dirty, swelling water, something white slowly flitted by the glass. Ah, something shone. A scale? If so, then a fish? It couldn't be. Not that big. We focused on the glass. Something blew bubbles and rose up. "Look out, Tara-san!" Ugh! It was a knife. The knife that jumped out of the dirty water landed just by our feet, sticking up out of the ground. If we hadn't dodged it, we would have been done for. We couldn't say anything. What exactly is this? Nami, of course, turned pale. Something nearby made a noise. What's that? The second floor. During emergency situations like this, Nami's intuition was always right on the mark. "I knew someone was here," Nami said. "I wonder. We kept calling out, but nobody answered." Nami looked at the stairs leading to the second floor. "I don't think we're the only people in this house." "Why?" "Someone's looking at us." "Eh?" "I can feel it." I got chills, but then I thought about it again. It's probably just the suit of armor. That's why you feel like someone's looking at us. I was at a loss for words. The armor. Nami's jaw dropped. The suit of armor that had just been there a minute ago was gone. Someone must have moved it while we were occupied with the fish tank. Again? It's definitely the second floor. Let's go check it out. We climbed the stairs. The thick wooden railing was oddly cold. "Be careful." Nami softly grabbed my arm. As I climbed the stairs, I thought that whoever moved the suit of armor must be upstairs. I thought that whoever moved the suit of armor must be upstairs. When we reached the top of the stairs, a long hall spread out to the left and right of us. There were numerous doors lined up. We cautiously looked around. One door was slightly ajar. It was the room at the end. We approached it. Excuse me?" No response. A sick feeling rose in the pit of my stomach. "Let's go back." "But this door is already open." Nami called out into the room. Excuse us." We nervously entered. There was a dim light coming from a floor lamp at the other end of the room. I could just barely see a small, round tablecloth. A thick notebook sat on it. By the look of the cover, it was a diary. I approached it to have a look when... "Ah! Don't close the door, Nami." "Eh? It wasn't me." "Eh?" There was no reason for Nami to close the door. So then, did the door close by itself? I went to check the door. Then Nami grabbed my hand. "Hey, take a look at that. It doesn't seem like a table." I narrowed my eyes in the darkness. It wasn't a tablecloth. It was a mummy. The old diary sat atop the mummy's knees. The mummy was sitting in a wheelchair. Ugh. Nami and I were both speechless. Somebody laughed. No, it was the sound of a rusty wheelchair. The mummy's wheelchair moved a little, coming towards us. "Ah! Nami, run!" Nami and I ran. The hallway was long. "Uah! Tara-san!" I lost my footing on the stairs. Pain racked my body. At the same time, the world went black. A blackout. Everything was pitch black. This was true darkness. Of all times to have a blackout. "Nami? Nami?" No answer. "Nami!" I panicked. Nami had disappeared. I couldn't get the mummy we'd just seen out of my head in the darkness. Uah! What was that sound? In the darkness, I grew concerned by the sound and turned towards it. A different sound. I held my breath. It was coming this way. I had to be careful not to make a sound. Who on earth was it? A bright light shone on me. A torch. "What? Were you over there, Nami?" All the tension drained from my body. Then the ring of light moved away from me and bobbed around the room. Nami, shining brightly, stepped out from the corner of the hall. "Tara-san, thank goodness. I was looking for you." She shone the torch towards me that she had apparently taken out of her bag. Then it suddenly dropped. Nami swung the torch towards the sound. An old torch came rolling towards us. Whose is this? And where on earth did it come from? That was what I wanted to know. It was on the ground, so I picked it up, but my hand slipped and I dropped it. I gave an excuse that didn't make any sense. Oh my. A black cat with a bell on sat by my feet, where Nami shone the light. Come here. Nami put her hand out, and the cat sauntered over to her. How cute! Nami picked it up. You scared us, you little bugger. As I reached out to touch it, the cat fled from Nami's arms. Ah. For just a moment, the cat seemed to shine green. A green cat? Maybe it went up to the mummy. The mummy. Oh yeah, we'd seen a mummy. But mummies didn't exist in modern-day Japan. Did we really see one? Hey, why don't we go check it out again? Nami said. Okay, let's do it, I said, my voice trembling. We made our way to the mummy room. I'm gonna open the door now. Yeah. Nami, I'm really going to open it. Quickly, Tara-san. I opened it softly because I was scared. I opened it softly because I was scared. When I opened the door, a light was on inside. The wheelchair and the mummy had disappeared. Nami found the diary on the floor. The diary with the old cover was heavy in my hands. Quickly flicking through it, the last page was dated 6 years ago. There was blood on it. The page from 6 years ago was covered in bright red blood drops. The blood is new. What do you mean? I couldn't stand blood, and I fought the dizziness threatening to overwhelm me. A cat must have eaten a mouse or something. A cat must have eaten a mouse or something. Hey, what's that sound? Something in the hall was getting closer. It could be that armor that disappeared. Couldn't it? Don't be stupid. The sound stopped right before the door. The cat! A kitten fled from the room into the hall. We held our breath and stared at the door. But it didn't look like anything else was going to happen. I quietly stuck my head out to peek into the hall. Nobody was there. How strange. Hey, I don't like this. Let's get out of here, Nami said, her voice trembling. I replied, Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. Looking around, we quietly went down the stairs, down to the front hall. And then... The shutters on the windows. There were 2 windows near the entrance, facing the rear, but both were covered by metal shutters on the outside. When did they... Nami, Look at the door. I checked the shutters on the windows. It's no good. They're locked. This one won't open either. Does that mean we've been locked in? No way! Well, even if it's not on purpose, then that means the owners have come back. What are we going to do? Yeah. I was so confused that I couldn't think clearly. There's gotta be someone here. Let's take a look around. There's gotta be someone here. Let's take a look around. But I'm scared. Yeah, lots of creepy stuff has happened since we got here, but it's not like we've been directly harmed or anything. We're the ones who came in here without permission, so if someone really is here, we should tell them what happened. Yeah, but... Fine. Nummy reluctantly agreed. I made my way to the other end of the entrance. The hall spread out to the left and right of me. Which way should we go? I said. Let's search the left. It has less doors.